Are we live? Are we really here? Oh, yeah. Good Friday to you all. And to all, a fabulous weekend starter here in the ozone. Thank you so much for showing up this evening. I hope y'all survived your Hallows Eve last night. We had a good time, and I hope that you did too. I would love to hear what you did and perhaps what you were. It's one of those times when you get to be whatever you darn well please, right? It looks like Randy, the sand maker, is here in the house, and so too is Tomcats. Josh, so good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And we've got the Soul Adventurist up here in the house, which her box is one of the primo features for this evening, since we rooted around just a tiny bit last week, and we even got to see some of City Rock Hounding's fossil under the microzone. But we're going to go ahead and continue on with that this evening. We've got Spot in the house as well as Patricia's Creations. Good to see you. Let me know if we've got a 5x5 going on, and we've got the Cindy in the house as well. One of our fabulous moderators, is also here flinging that wrench around. Ryan, Eric the cat, and Alabama, USA, also checking in here on this glorious evening. And Cindy, this is great. We shall not group Cindy. Cindy, all by itself, is getting a hello right now. That's great. And Blind Squirrel Rocks, good to see you too. We definitely have been indulging in some microzone with Blind Squirrel Rocks, and some of the rocks on the dops are from Blind Squirrel Rocks. Say that fast. In fact, right behind me, let's see if I can lean the right way. You see, there are 34 dops back there, and those are in the process of getting shined up. Some possible future live streams, just dependent on whether or not others are going live in the wee hours. We'll have a little bit more about that here in a moment. And Lisa, another one of our glorious wrenches, is here in the house, and I would love to hear how the Rice Museum was today. Do fill us in on that bit of news. And Ken, another one of our wrench flingers, is here, and Stuffing Face. Stuffing Face is what he got to be for the day after Halloween. I guess it's All Saints Day, I think. And so, Tired, Rice Museum was awesome. Fantastic to hear. I'm jelly. I'm jelly. It was squalling up a storm here today, and so I just didn't think that traveling around was going to be all that great of a plan. And here's okay, let's use the ozone as a public bulletin board, shall we? So Cindy is trying to find a ruse yak tumbler. If you have any yak tumblers, let her know. A used rock tumbler. And it's right at the very beginning of the evening. And you guys, all I've been drinking up until this very moment in time is tea. But shall we Steinkern together? Cheers to you and yours. I got the moose out, but you guys saw the tsunami mug. We're going to go back and forth. We'll have dueling monster mugs going on right now. I thought the moose was good for all of the trick-or-treatings and mooser eatings and monster mashings that you've been doing this weekend. Because I know it's only just begun. I think there's a lot of things going on all weekend long around most people's towns. And so cheers to you. I hope that you have a bunch of fun set up for yourselves. And so, if you have something extra hanging out, go ahead and pop up a message to Miss Cindy. Let her know that you've got something for her. And I think we all have something for her. We love her. And it looks like Ryan needs more salad. Okay, we'll be here. You BRB. And one darn it saved for Cindy. Excellent. Thank you, Spot. And everybody is, of course, saying hi to each other, and I love it. Yeah, much love right back at you. You're the best. All right, working on down. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind. It looks like we've got Jeff in the house as well. And working it down, working it down, working it down. And we have a Stein cheers. Look at this. Yay, we're off to a wonderful start. Cindy, thank you. We're going to have an extra heaping helping of that bell because last time I think I was ringing the bell, I had quite the mind hurt, and so we'll go ahead and give it the extra gusto tonight. And thank you so much, Cindy. You know that that goes to wonderful projects and all the goods. All the good things that happen here on the channel for everybody. So a reason to stymie and Steiny and all the things. It's great. Okay. And Spot is happy to see the moose back. Again, thanks, Cindy. Really, really appreciate you. And everybody also still saying hellos and flying squirrel rocks. Cowbell alert. Yes. We love to alert the cows to anything going on. Oh my gosh. And we have the Eric. Yay! Oh my gosh. What do you mean putting up with? Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm in such a good mood tonight. Eric the cat, thank you so much putting up with you. You're part of the fun. What would we do without you? Seriously, what would we do without any of you? You're all part of this fabulous community that makes it fun every Friday night to gather here and hang out. And so you guys are all doing your part. And thank you so much for doing so. Thank you, Eric. That also goes to the fun in the microzone laboratory. We've got some really cool experiments going on. What's on the slab, Karen? Well, you guys that tuned in last night for All Hallows Eve know that we were working on some opals. We have a little project going on where we are doing the same cut of a gem design on a variety of the different Oregon Fire Opals. I mean, who doesn't love fire? Now that we're into our somewhat cold season. So that's what we're working on. We've got some of that tonight in addition to Soul Adventurist's box opening, and we'll slide some things underneath the microscope as well. And so the experimenting has been taking funds, and so I really do appreciate the help, Eric. You are truly a very appreciated member of the rock community and helping out the channel. I really appreciate that. And then we also have, what's this? A new yeah, new member, Lisa. You've been like the memberliest member the whole time. And so I appreciate you, of course. She was the person that really encouraged me to create the membership side of the channel in the first place. And I really do appreciate you, Lisa, for that. And on that note, I am working on a video right now for you guys on the membership side. It's going to be for everybody. And so don't worry, you're never ever going to miss out. But if you are a member, you're just going to see this early. I have that preview. I showed just a teeny weeny clip last week of Mom and I down on the beach having a little preview for our beach rock hounding season, which is just getting started right now. I look out the window at the beach and we've got the squalls coming in and the king tides are coming in, and it's just wiping that sand off of the beach and getting the gravels ready for unknown finds of hopefully porpoise skulls and crabs and more whale vertebrae and all the things that we look for on the beach, including, of course, the beautiful agates and the steinkerns. You know what you gotta do. So, mom and I went down to one of my favorite beaches, and I believe it's one of mom's favorite beaches as well, to go fetch some stones, and it was better than I thought. And so I did take some of the footage, and for that, we are gonna have like a little preview video. It's not gonna be super long, but I'm gonna pop it up on the member side first. And also, like I said, we had a live stream last night, so keep your eyes on the notifications, because we sort of did an impromptu, like, why not? Let's just go. And actually, Melissa Ma was definitely helpful in making sure that I went live. I sometimes I need a little nudge. And so, Melissa, thank you so much for that. Cody's in the house. Good to see you. Catching up here. We have Kurt in the house as well. Did everybody see Kurt's new rap? Oh my goodness. If you didn't, go over to the Discord and see the amazing rap mastery that Kurt did finish and post up on the Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord, you are invited. So if you want to see all the things, those shows and tells, and share lapidary ideas or silversmithing questions or microzone discoveries, you can do all of that over on the Discord. We do that all week long when we're not hanging out here or in somebody else's live. And so, thanks for being here, you guys. And it is Fossiliferous Friday. I do like that. That might be something that we need to use. Thank you, Eric the cat. And so Fossiliferous Friday, TM. Kind of like the microzone that the Rocky Mountain Bear helped us arrive at, TM. You guys are all creative geniuses. Thank you so much for helping and lending all of your whys here. And yeah, everybody is saying how sweet Kurt's rap is. I mean, I would share a pic right now, but I'm afraid that if I add another piece of Jenga to the stack that's happening backstage on my platform, then the whole thing is going to come tumbling down. But you must. And there is a link to the Discord right now that Ma just provided. Thank you so much. She's like, whoosh, has that wrench quick draw, and Jaw-Hick is here. And I actually meant to wonder about if there are any potential appearances coming up on the Discord for you, Jaw-Hick. One of the things that we absolutely adore about the Discord is that there's the lounge where you can go in and you can hang out. You've got the voice potential, you've got the video potential. So if you want your camera on, you can share with people in real time. Everybody can do it at the same time. So it's not just one person doing a live like right now. Everybody gets to participate all at the same time. And it is an absolute good time to be had by all. And so I've missed hanging out with all of you. My mom's trip was awesome, and it was really good to hang out and catch up with her and do some really fun projects. Awesome. And then at the same time, I missed you guys. I didn't get to hang out as much. I didn't get to see a lot of your videos or hang out in the lives. And so, for a moment I was going like, where is everybody? And it's like, oh, I was the one that wasn't here. So it will be fun to catch up with everybody, and I'm really hoping that y'all have a bunch of live streams planned for this weekend, because I'm ready to hang out. And so we'll all be working together. If you do have a live stream coming up this weekend, please go ahead and post it in the chat. You're welcome to. If you can always ask a moderator to post the link if you cannot. And of course, we do always have Kyle going on for the weekend, noonish for his live streams, which are super fun to hang out for. Of course, Theo Kellison always has a video drop on Saturdays, and Katie did. Rox always has a video drop on Sundays, and I'm hoping that I'm calling out, Soul Adventurist and J&B Rock Hounding, and all y'all. Is Bob going live? How about Bob's Rocks and Rufo Tris? We would like to see some of the potential live streams. Go ahead and pop them up if you have links done, or at the very least, let us know. And and Jawhick does say, mysteriously, I may make an appearance later. That would be really cool. And so we will be hanging out, hoping for that. And I'll definitely be doing some catch-up faceting. And so sometime this weekend, I hate saying like I'm going to do something and it doesn't end up panning out, but sometime this weekend I'm definitely going to be jumping on the faceting machine and switching on the live button so that you guys can all come along for the trip. It was a super good time last night. I was surprised at how fun that was. And let's see. We've got, every time I look, there's no one around in Discord. Then I see comments about the lounge. And so their pop-up, most people don't schedule. They just, a few people kind of get the particle accelerator started, and somebody pushes somebody else into starting a live stream in the lounge. And so they're very spontaneous eruptions, combustions, whatever you want to call it. And so just, keep an eye on the Discord. Most of the time folks are around commenting to each other, and then, something ends up happening or it doesn't. And so the more we, I think the more we cajole each other, the more likely we're going to have even more things going on in the lounge. And I mean, there's nothing saying that you can't just pop into the lounge and hang out until something happens too. Bob is live tomorrow. Awesome. So Bob's live tomorrow. Thank you for the link, Melissa. Quick Draw McGraw strikes again. And Cindy was saying also, as soon as I get my spare room done and turned into my rock room, I'll be camming. Oh, we are definitely looking forward to that. Definitely do that. I know a lot of people are right on the precipice of wanting to go do live streams and or have more of an active channel on their either YouTube or you can do it on Facebook if that's where you are more often, or over on the Instagrams, the TikTok, or even on of course, the Discord. You could do at any time, especially if you want to try something before actually having to do something as big as a live, say on the YouTube or something like that. It's a great, small audience that you can bounce ideas or camera angles off of, make as many mistakes as you possibly want to, and we're all there cheering for you. So there is that for sure. And let's see. I'm trying to skim through all of your comments. Are super important, and I read them all actually when I review the live stream the next day. It's just that sometimes these go by so fast that I do miss them. Opie Rocks is here in the house. Happy Friday, says Opie Rocks, and I know that they have been making some really, really awesome videos that I need to catch up on as well. And again, everybody, they are exchanging just wonderful accolades to each other on how rad their raps are and that sort of thing. And here's this. I just drop lives whenever I have the time or feel like entertaining Karen, Ryan, and that other lady that hangs around. Yeah, that's basically how they go. We just we might be just chatting on the regular comment sections of one of the channels on the Discord, and let me show you this thing in real time, and then we pop over into the lounge and the thing happens. And so thank you, Jahik, for being so acquiescent, and for all of you. It's open for all of you to do. So if you feel like showing off some stuff or inviting some people in, do so. It's for everybody. And my mom is here in the house. Yay! She's saying hi, all. Good to be back. Halloween show was fun. Thank you for hanging out, Mom. And I hope that you had lots of trick-or-treaters to entertain as well. We live like down a road in like the haunted section of town, I guess, because we never get trick-or-treaters. This is like all the spooky houses are up in my neighborhood, and so it's always very, very quiet for Halloween. So we had to make our own party here on the interwebs. And where did I miss somebody coming in? Nope. It looks like I am caught up, although I'm behind in the chat, and I'm sorry. I did say hi to Rufo, I'm thinking. I know I mentioned him as far as calling him out to go live, but then hello. Top of the evening to you. And it looks like we have a Yogi Bear up in the house. And congratulations on your membership. It looked like somebody had bought a pack of memberships at some point last week, and you were ordained. Thank you for coming into the fold. And Alabama is reminding folks about the likes. Really, really appreciate when you guys toss the like button up, or if you feel like leaving a comment here or there, and or doing the share thing, only because the algorithms like that. And so I really appreciate it when folks do that. Those are all free gestures that don't cost a thing, and it does help the channel get kind of shared around YouTube to a bigger audience, which is nice. And yes, Yogi, I'm so sorry, but we did some faceting last night. It was a late show. I think we got started at 10 o'clock, and we did go past midnight. And so, yeah, we did the kind of All Hallows Eve midnight show. It was a good time, but I promise that I will be doing another one of those shows, an evening show, something later than this usual time slot. I'm just trying some different things, doing some daytime ones, seeing who's around, doing some nighttime ones. It's always fun. And so I'm sorry if you miss one, but hopefully if you have, then you'll catch the next one. And it looks like Triple A Rockhound is also in the house, and it's good to see you as well. And I saw a post, and maybe it was a short from you, that I thought was really cheeky about Halloween. I liked your little trick or treat bucket. It looked like out on your porch, and so props to you. Something about candy for rocks, like take the candy, leave the rocks, or something like that. Oh, Soul, you're so sweet, and we are getting to your box next up. And yay, I really appreciate you. Thank you, Soul. And if you're not subscribed to Soul already, go check out her channel. If one of the mods wants to share a link, that would be awesome. She is fantastic. And it is so much fun when you do unboxings and you go through your collection. It's limitless. And so it's always such a good time to hang out with you on your lives. I really, really appreciate not only the super here, because it goes to a good thing, helping the platform and the music and all the things. We were listening to music during the live last night, and that's something that y'all treat the channel to. That's epidemic sound. And so again, I thank you, really, really appreciate you. And we're going to get to your box here in a second. And just I'm just getting all of the uh, I want to say laundry, and I think the term is housekeeping. We're just getting the housekeeping done here. It's been a minute, so it's good to chill the heels and just catch up with you all because you know I love you. I love you, Steinkerns. Steinkerns to you all, and to your health, and to November. Today is the first day of a whole brand new month. And so I do hope that this month treats you very well. It's that we were talking about pie last night, and the yummy breads of the season, like banana nut bread and spice bread. So I hope this season brings to you wonderful harvests and good things. Oh, that mousse is good. All right. And so Rufo just popped up. Soul's link. Thank you so much. And Rufo, are you going live or do you have a video drop soon? I would love to see. I think that you went to the beach. Did we get to see all your beach finds? And Tiger Eye is here. I thought I saw something. Good to see you, Tiger Eye. Welcome in. Thanks for sliding into the chat. We are just catching up with everything, and then we'll be off. It's a cold month. Yes. We'll be putting on our jackets and scarves and gloves, but actually it's the season opener for our rock hounding. So the mines are closed for the most part, and you know a lot of people have put a lid on their outdoor studios for lapidary and that sort of thing. And then at the same time, some people's seasons are just getting started, and so gotta love the ongoing cycle of rock hounding. It never ends. Maniacal laughter. All right. Oh, Bob's Rocks. You're killing me, Bob. Yeah, that's a favorite. We were talking about pecan pie, and that is one of my favorite pies. But I do believe that banana nut bread is even more of a favorite than that. I do like. And so, ooh, persimmons pudding. Are we even kidding? Is what? Is that allowed? Wow. Okay. Persimmon pudding. I need to try that. Where do I find persimmon pudding? Who's making persimmon pudding? All right, and so here we go. I have had 2 videos. I think I missed something. I have been busy with life and not released them. Haha. I thought I saw, that it was going to happen. I did a live with beach finds and cuts from AZ. Fantastic. Well, looking forward to those videos, definitely, Rufo Triss. Can't wait until those get shared around. Oh my gosh. And I'm just zooming down to this. Panic mode, school admissions. Yikes. Yeah, I totally hear you. Okay. And Ryan's back. Excellent. I've had banana nut bread with butter for dinner before. That sounds like the kind of dinner I want tonight. Every year I'll send you some. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. I wonder how that travels. Think it would travel? They always ask in the post office, anything perishable, perfume, lithium batteries, etc., and so forth and so on. And no, just some pudding. Oh, that's fantastic. All right. And so I'm going to. Rufo is saying you should catch the beach live at least for the cow site. I'll post some pics in the show and tell. Please do. And I'll go check that out because I'm sure that is an eye full of beauty. And there's never a wasted day on the beach, you guys. Not even if you don't find anything. It's always good. And so we have this going on tonight. And so let me do the thing. there's that. We've got this beautiful box from Soul Adventurist, and that's our fabulous Cheryl. We love her. And there's this very, very generous box that was opened. Dun dun dun. And we got started on it when we had Lisa and Ken here. And then I realized that, hey, wait a second, Soul is traveling, and there's probably a really good chance that she isn't going to be able to make it tonight. Because I figured, oh, we'll just get started. She'll be here any minute. And so we are having a bit of a rebate, and so some of the things we did get a little look at, but you might have missed it, and you wouldn't want to miss something like this. This is so pretty. And so if Cheryl wants to share any comments about some of the stuff, I love how chatoyant, directionally chatoyant this particular material is. And we decided that this was bubble, right? And of course, some of the cheat sheets are missing because I did sort of a cleanup job on some of the material, and I can always get some of this wet too, and then some of it will of course be going underneath the microscope for the microzone. But I wanted to revisit this one here because, wait, oh, that never works when I have it in guest mode. How about that? There we go. I might even figure out how to get me out of there. We don't need my floating head in there. But look at how wonderfully fancy that is. I love all the little worlds and how geometric this particular material is, especially with those big swaths of the directional thing. Now that I've gotten it wet, it's a little harder to see, but like that and that are very, very directional. And Lisa says it's gorgeous. Yeah, I would definitely say so. And it is a nice piece, Ryan. There's going to have to be some really serious planning for how this is used. Because there are some real highlight areas here, but then you flip it over and there's highlight areas on the other side. And so who here, raise your hand if sometimes it's just too hard. It's too hard to choose what's going on one side to what's going on the other side. Sometimes you get lucky and you get a two-sided stone, but sometimes you have to make sacrifices with the saw, and it's so hard. I love what's going on right there. That is such a cool little region. So you can see why things take so long. I'm getting high-centered on things early on, but I think that we will be able to make some shorter work out of this, though. We've got this guy, and we were all hoping, Cheryl, that you'd help us out here. This is this fabulously fancy gold mineral, and it's very, very directional. That's one side. What have we here? Stein coaster, two sides, flip every week. You know, that's not a bad idea at all, Ryan. I might have to do just exactly that. Stein coaster, love it. That's a thing. Stein coasters, it's a thing. TM, Ryan. Thank you so much. You guys have such great brains. That's why I love hanging out with you guys. You're just so smart. And Eric the Cat was saying about that slice before, nice banding. Heck yeah, those fortification lines are amazing. Okay, and Melissa needed to go get her backup glasses. Can proceed now. Yeah, definitely want to be able to see these materials. And So thank you, Jeff. We've got astrophyllite. And you know what? Astrophyllite is just fun to say. So thank you so much for that, Jeff. What a pretty material. I mean, it kind of looks like very layered like mica. I'm going to have to look up what's going on with that particular mineral. Thank you. Thank you for that. Um when I can't decide on a stone, I take the lazy approach and do nothing. Make it into a coaster, right? If the top and the bottom are equally beautiful, then yeah, perhaps it is a good idea to just do nothing and admire while drinking coffee. And we have Karen. There are so many times I get a piece and say to myself, "Why did they pick this side? Other is better." Yeah, it is. It is a lot of times, especially with she did not send me empty bags, you guys. We did go through some of this material before. I think that was a city rock hounding fossil in there, and then we had this guy too. But yeah, like you were saying, Cindy, sometimes when the stones are sort of like, I hate to say, but mass processed, a lot of times you see something that wasn't as good on the top, and then on the bottom it's just absolutely off the Richter nice, and you're thinking, gosh, a machine or somebody who wasn't really paying that much attention, unfortunately, got their hands on this. So that's one side of this guy. I absolutely love this so much. And then there's the other side. I did get that wet, and so this one's not as fancy because that side was moistened. But this is gonna be super fun to cut. And we had some slag glass that we were talking about last week that was really, really neat to kind of consider what would be cool as far as maybe some faceting. And so here we go. We've got some different colors of slag glass. The glass that we looked at before was kind of Coke bottle. This is obviously just a fantastic color of green. And I want to say these were from, there's a note. Thank goodness. We've got slag glass from Jeff Gay at Hunting Rocks. And this is just really, really beautiful in color. And I was just talking about this last night about having some either synthetic material or, this kind of would take the place of if one wanted to practice some cuts and you want to use color, because there's quartz to practice cuts with, and this is actually a really nice clear as well. But if you are hoping to see what the design would look like in color, then you can turn up the volume on that with some pretty green, or like I said, the Coke bottle that we opened up earlier. But some pretty neat slag glass, and I'm thinking that it's probably going to have some neat some cool inclusion pattern and bubbles and things like that. Could make it tricky, or it could make it really interesting. Here's some of our Coke bottle, I believe, and I think I treated us to this last time, and if not, here we go. So that's what it would look like if we cut it. And not a whole lot different, other than body color being much darker than some of our opals that we're cutting right now. And so if I wanted to do a test design on something that would have a color that was nearby what those opals are, this would make a great candidate. Super, super fun. I love the idea of cutting slag glass and some of the alternative materials. We were talking last night on the live about specifically the F-35 fighter jet sapphire glass. Oh my goodness. So wanting to get some of that to facet. It is so exciting to me. That would be so neat. I'm such a dork when it comes to airplanes and things like that, jets. And it would be super fun to have some of that to facet. We had this one actually. We had a look at last time. This is from Nick over at City Rock Counting, I believe, and such really cool detail in this fossil. And it looks like City Rock Counting is here. This is fantastic. Welcome in. You're just in time. This is fantastic. And actually, Cody asked a question here before we go on. What about old marbles? And old marbles are actually a total thing, Cody. There are a lot of faceters that start off either on marbles as practice material, or some of them, if they're cool vintage marbles, then that's something that folks will actually seek out to facet and do certain designs with. And so good call. It would be fun to work with old vintage marbles as well. And it is a good color, I would agree. Beautiful stuff. And yeah, like, hey Soul, this box is awesome. I agree. Cheryl is awesome. And there's just a real fantastic array of different things. And here's one of the notes. The honeycomb coral hexagonaria, because it's fun to say, from City Rock Counting. And thank you for that. Trying not to get everything all mixed up. Here is a beautiful fossil, also, I believe, from City Rock Hounding, and just a wonderful little bivalve here. And Tomcat Josh, of course, lost all of his marbles as a kid. Oh, Josh, I'm so sorry. Maybe we could facet you up some new marbles to keep around. And Fennec Fox is here. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for swinging in. And I have obsidian arrowheads I am planning to send to someone as soon as they tell me who their new home is. And that sounds really cool. I love that everybody does some sharing in our community. That is fantastic. And is that the Petoskey stone from before? I think that some of the stuff that you might be thinking of, Kid Curry, I had some really neat material that I was also sharing from blind squirrel rocks. And so if it was fossils and they were the old school, old, coral structures, they would be from either City Rock Hounding Nick from this box, and or from Blind Squirrel Rocks, and or perhaps from one of the other boxes that, say, Lisa sent me, because folks have been sending me some super duper amazing, I can't stress enough, amazing rocks lately. And I'm actually cat got my tongue there, because this is one that we got a chance to look at underneath the microscope with Lisa and Ken last week. And I believe we were thinking that this was a horn coral, and yet it had such interesting detail. These are druzy pockets. We've got some calcite cubes in there. It vacillates back and forth between these druzy pockets and the calcite, like stripey, as you're seeing it, like kind of stripe along there. It's a through and through. It goes down here, and then it comes all the way up there. And I did UV it, and it wasn't all that exciting. It almost looks like a profile of a fish. It is so cool. And so I did want to kind of recap on some of the superstars from last time. And there you go, Hexagonaria or the Petoskey. Indeed. And slingshot ammo. The old marbles. Yeah, I totally hear that, Cody. And very, very cool. Yes, definitely. And horn coral with druzy and calcite, I believe it was. Yes. Even though it did feel like it could be a fish or something crazy. And, Nick, thank you so much, not only for loving fossils and sharing them through your channel. If you guys haven't checked out CD Rockhounding's channel, you need to. You do great rock hounding to go to the sites and finding these fossils, and then wonderful videos that are extremely informative. And so y'all, if you haven't checked out City Rock Hounding, definitely go over and watch some videos, learn some stuff, lay your eyes on some cool things up in the Canada. So a cool treat for some of us who have not been there, over on the east side, no less. And so very cool. Yeah. And so one of the wrenches, oh my gosh, look at how fast this is. Yeah. Jeff is on it like it's high noon in Tombstone on it. Nice job. Quick draw. Thank you so much. And we had this pretty little guy here. Thanks both of you, Nick and Jeff. You guys are both awesome. This made me so happy. This makes me so happy. It's probably gonna be in my I have a little succulent bowl garden upstairs that is right where I put my coffee cup down when I'm having my morning ukulele and whatnot. I think this has to go in there because it's so bright. It's such a fun little super. I know everybody's thinking candy corn, but yeah, I love how bright this is. So this just makes me happy. I'm not entirely sure what it is, and I don't really care. It's a lemon drop. I know. I love yellow so much that yeah, that just makes me happy. That brightens my day. It will brighten every day. I love this. I don't know if I was lurking or if I was participating, but I saw Cheryl get this bag of treats on the live stream, and I was like, oh my gosh, those are so cute. And I got one for my doggies. I love this. And so thanks, Cheryl. This was such a cool thing to open up and see, because I did see when you got this bag and you were kind of like putting some of the pieces together. I'm like, yay, I got one. So very, very cool. So festive. Oh, hello. It's M33YJ35513. I really like the candy corn one too. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. We really appreciate you. Welcome to the rock community. You got a bunch of friends here. And so definitely very festive. Gotta love that sunshiny yellow rock. And let's see, what is Ken saying? Jeff just realized Jeff made it for the first time in a little bit. He's the hard to find wrench lately. He's our own personal 10 millimeter, right? Where is that thing? Well, I think that Jeff was saying something about having to drive late, you know, and so I get it that you have some heavy lifting to do, Mr. Jeff, and so I'm so happy and honored when you're able to swing in. I know you work really hard, and so very, very cool. And it looks like some messy Jessie. Who's Messy Jessie? Um, oh, is that what that is? It is Messy Jessie. I see what you're saying. That's hilarious. Okay. Creative. I didn't see that at first either, City Rockhound. That's great. And so have a pleasant dinner, Rufotris. Excellent. And oh my gosh, Jeff is still driving. He's a wrenching and he's driving. Dude, that is how professional. That is how professional you are. You are definitely appreciated. And it looks like Mr. Turtle Montana is here. And you were throwing around your wise last time too, if I remember correctly. Honeycomb coral are from the favosites or favosites genus. I know that the Latin and the way that we pronounce things could be different, but the favosites genus of tabulate coral, whereas the Petoskey stone is completely different genus, the hexagonaria of colonial rugose coral. Oh, that there's a lot to learn there, especially if you don't have a whole lot of exposure. So thanks for clarifying that. I love it. I love that everybody shares their whys here. I should probably take a screenshot so I remember, but I'll review our live stream here and catch up with all of this whys. I'll take notes. You guys are awesome. I love you all. And so that's her serial number. Right. And Jeff is parked. Good. Y'all don't speak old internet, apparently. You're fast. Yeah. That was a very, very quick pickup. Very, very nice. And Jeff is in a rest area in Georgia. Cheers to you in Georgia. I hope all is well on the road. Drive safely for sure. And Messy Jessie is so until you update your username, all the ones were taken right on. It's all good. A definite special group of people. Agree, Nick, from City Rock Counting for sure. And I like this. I will agree with that there. I'm in your camp. I was fluent in computer illiteracy. Awesome. And we have this comment here. Welcome, Jessie. Considering our mutual hobby, we're all used to a bit of mess. Yeah, I don't know anybody who doesn't have some shelves of dusty rocks. We have some beautiful amethyst beads here. And it looks like we have a folded piece of paper that tells us just that. They are very pretty. Those are going to definitely become some part of a really fun project. They're juicy, beautiful beads. They're making me thirsty. Such a juicy color that everybody needs to Steinkern really quick. Oh my goodness. Oh, the mousse is good. All right. Thank you, mousse. And we have something at the oh. Look away, Melissa. And here we have what I believe is it tourmaline? Yep. We have some really, really pretty. These are nicely kind of like a sculpted or semi-faceted barrel bead. Look at those bad boys. I mean, just look at them. Whoa. That's some pretty. Yes, tourmaline beads. Oh, yes. Sometimes I wish that Melissa just sort of lived next door. So that I could share some of my stuff with her. And, of course, I'd totally be vulturing over some of the stuff that she has as well. I vote that we all live in a compound together next door so that we can all just sort of share around. Thank you so much for sharing, Cheryl. I mean, that must be what Cheryl, is short for Sharon. Sharon, Cheryl. Yeah, look at how fun the bits are in there and how just juicy, winey. That's a wine dark sea, according to Homer, right there on the left-hand side. Noms. So delicious. It's gonna make me thirsty again. Yeah, right. We've got Melissa never leaving. That's why you'd need to be next door. Then there would be no leaving. You would have nowhere to have to leave to. Plus, you'd have some place to work inside. I sound like I'm making an invitation home. Randy's like, what? Where are you going? All right. Moving on. Well, Ken, I mean, you are moving to Oregon, right? Y'all definitely come on, let's make a compound. We'll figure it out. Yeah, of course Lisa's in on the compound, right? We'll have a big rock, compound. Everybody just has a bunch of heavy equipment we can all just use. Isn't that dreamy? Isn't that dreamy sounding? Ooh, what have we here? Oh, that's a pretty. Oh, and it's not got a note on it. So I'm going to make it wet. Well, hopefully Cheryl's telling us. I'm not so good with some of the, I mean, it looks like moss agate to me, but it might have like a trade name, or it could be from certain people like the AZ Rockhound and folks or something like that. What have we here? The bag is slabs from AZ Rockhounding. Did I just call that or what? Ontario Rockhound is saying that would be nice, but where would this compound be? So many cool places to rockhound, right? Well, I'm partial to Oregon, but shoot, California would be a good place. Nevada would be a good place. Wyoming would be a good place. We could go and all of us just squat on Theo, because Montana's a good place, or Katie did. I'm sure we're all welcome, right? Oh my gosh, Ken is like screaming at the top of his lungs for the microscope. Okay, all righty. Like, I love this. Here's one, and then here's another one, and then here's another one. What are you trying to say, Ken? What is it that you want? What do you want from me? Okay, I'm loading her up, guys. Okay. All right. Microscope it is. I want to make it wet again, because that always seems to do us a better job. And then we'll have to get her focused and hopefully out of the glare. Oh, see, wetness means glare, and so let's go the other way. How's about that? Maybe. All right, I'll bring this up. Can you crack me up? Let's do that. And we'll bring her into full focus, and we'll take this down because he got what he wanted. Wait, going the other way. And there's that. It's already starting to dry out, and we want to get that glare down. So let's see about, there we go. Getting the glare down. And we can probably use a bit of exposure. Let's bring that down. There we go. That's a little bit more, that's even still on the bright side, but it's a little bit more accurate to what we're seeing. And it will probably need to change as we go closer, but we'll take a little tour around our guy here first and see what there is to see. You don't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might get what you need. And we've got some, I think we have some interesting stuff up here. I don't want to get too much glare going, but there's some wild stuff, you guys. It's wild territory. Ooh, baby. Let's get that a little bit better in focus, and we will be taking a dive down. I had to get that green in focus, you guys. That stuff is gnarly over there in the corner. It's all very pretty though. And I'll change the field of view a little bit so that we see some of the other stuff. I lost the green on the left to get some of the stuff over on the right a little bit more into a better view there. And then we'll go ahead and pan in. It looks like the universe, right? Oh, it's so good. So good. And rock. Looks like Lesby Rockin' is here. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. And it's incredibly psychedelic. We will get closer. Yes, wow, the colors. Messy Jessie. And yep, Tomcat was right there. It's a non-kaleidoscope, definitely. Hella Tubblescope photos. Woohoo! Yep. All right. City Rock Hounding needs to head to bed, and I hear you about that. But I'm gonna get this wet again, and then we're gonna go closer, guys. But I want to make sure that we're gonna be able to focus in on that before we do. So we'll watch that splishy splashing around. And what else did I want to do right before we get in there? Hubble or Woodstock, can't decide. Yeah, no kidding. So we will go ahead and let us get some of this going. And I just need to pull this up a little bit. There you go. Ha 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 ha. What'd you think? Is that good? Whoa. Was that what you wanted, Ken? Looking for micro minerals, definitely. That was completely full of hubba hubble. So good. Right on. If anybody was needing to go to sleep, maybe that helped. Yeah, that was some beautiful moss. And let's see. Good thing that no one has gone there before, Eric, because I heard that if you follow Karen, well, let's just say there were tears involved. Are you alluding to Kyle perchance? Don't follow me on the beach. You need to get ahead of me for sure. And I'm of course kidding. Everybody's got a fair chance, I think, on the beach. The orange part looks like shredded carrots, right? My gosh, yeah, that was such an absolutely good. If you guys shout at me enough, I'm very pliable, especially when it comes to looking at stuff underneath the microscope for sure. Yeah, you gotta love the microscopes. Everything goes underneath the microscope, and make that a short. Yeah, I really, really should make more shorts. Of we're coming out of short season. We're going into pants and parkas, but I know what you're saying. And yeah, some nice shorts of micro zone, like raise your hand if you want that. Maybe I need to get more busy on way more videos. You guys do know that I've got that beach hunt, the preview to a new season beach hunt that I did with my mom, and oh gosh, nah, talking is going to be so hard. So there's that coming up, and then also I'm gonna. Oh, good Lord, Cheryl, how did you get this out, like uncleave it from your hands? That's unreal. Look at the little plumy plumes. Little cotton balls up there. Little cotton ball with a halo. My gosh, that's beautiful. Oh. Um yeah, this is really, really, really generous. Thank you so much. They have such neat stuff up there. I need to go to their claim badly. Need to go visit those guys. Look at that druzy pocket. Oh my gosh. Completely derailed from what train of thought that might have been. I mean, look, it's like the cotton comes down, and it's like it diminishes in the distance, and then it gets foreshortened up into the front. Oh my gosh. What a beautiful, beautiful more microscope. You guys want to go back? You guys want to go back? We can do that. Oh yeah, so videos. Thank you. You got me back on track also. So I have the video of us going to the opal mine with Troy. And so that needs to be produced too. And so I do promise that we've got some videos coming up very soon. And now that mom has gone back home, I'm not blaming her at all, but it's going to be easier for me to sit down and not feel like I'm missing out on her and do some editing. And so, thanks all for hanging in there. And being awesome channel followers, and I will make good on the fact that I do actually make videos. It does happen. I love making videos. I was showing her some while she was here, and she was like, "Oh, you do some pretty decent videos." Well, she's my mom, and so of course she thinks so. But I'm like, yeah, I really enjoy doing them. I don't do them anywhere near enough. And so, okay, the pressure has been applied. Make more videos. Okay, let's go. Let's go into it. Add to the stage. Make it all the whole. The world is a stage here. And that is already really neat, but it even gets neater. Oh my gosh, Soul Adventurist. Yes, absolutely. AZ Rock Hounding, can somebody please put the link up? Thank you so much for making uh, that suggestion. I fully meant to say that as well. And it is cotton picking season down here, right? It's perfect. And we've got happy little trees. Absolutely. And I'm going to get this wet again, and then we'll take a swim around this beautiful thing. Get it wet. One of the nice things about I love polishing something like this, and Ken definitely commiserates with this as well, that it's really, really nice to, thank you, Ken, to get these first worked on, get those these polished, and then they perform underneath the microscope so much nicer. Let's see what we've got here. How's this one? There. Not bad. I like that. Well, what did you think of that one? Was that good? Strange banjo music while we cruise through the microzone. But of course, that's what we do. Um, and let's see. Nom nom nebula. Hey Doug, good to see you, and I like that. That's hilarious. And looks like the Opal guy is here as well. That looks really awesome on TV. I'm glad that that's working out. Sometimes it's hard to know. I'm looking at a monitor, and so I'm glad that that's happening well for you. And looks like water and waves, definitely. Um, and did I miss somebody else that just came in? Trying to make sure that I've got hellos out to everybody hanging out. And awesome sauce. Yep. Next slab, please. Aye, Captain. He is the captain. It's true. All right. And so let me get this wet. No sense in not. And we have this little gem. This little piggy that could look at those. You guys know how much I love the warm colors. Oh my gosh. And I love how vuggy their material is. That it's like there's druzy pockets. They've got druzy coming out of every pocket at that claim. I am telling you what. And this one definitely very fancy down there. I mean, thinking about the cab potential. Oh, good Lord, have merciful. I just fainted. Somebody get me up off of the ground. Look at the bots. Oh, yeah, sure. Look at the bots. Ew. My gosh, that is quite the bot hole. So pretty. Look at those crazy colors. That crimson. I mean, this would look really terrible with that fire opal I've been working, huh? I mean, it's not at all in the same hue range at all. Not at all a non sequitur. Sarcasm, sarcasm. Yeah, this is just amazing. Hermina, says Ken. Right. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Right? Right, Josh? Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, but this stuff, all of these would just be even, a ton more amazing if polished. And then you noticed I was trying to move around the slab underneath the microscope without picking up the big water glare. And so sometimes that can be tricky, a little less tricky when you've got a polish on and you can figure out where your angle is and you can go all the way around the stone on like having the nice right angles. They have the most amazing material. And so I'm glad that you guys shared their link. Those guys literally rock, but they do. They have screaming good agate on their land, to be sure. Yeah, there's that vug. Like, okay, that's a through and through to there. And then this guy doesn't look like it does a through and through. There's meat on this. Like, I might even be able to get another cut off of that, like slice it. That's a bit thin on this side, but I could slice it and get, 2 slabs out of this. Oh, maybe. It's precious though. Good Lord, I love this so much. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Unbelievable. We're going out with like quite the extravaganza, like the big finale fireworks show, I think. Yeah. Only here can you hear these phrases being used. Makes sense. Did she just say bot hole and bugging kidding me? Yes. And Karen, you can share with Ken if you want to. I think he may explode. Yeah, I know, huh? And he is exploding over here. I'm looking at those flames there. You betcha, boy, howdy. Right? Okay, Ken, if I get a split slab out of that, I will share it with you since there's meat on them bones. And here's the last one. Oh, the last one. There shall not be tears. There will not be tears, but look at this. Look at this crimson beauty. Oh my gosh. And look at even like the crust is doing like crazy lace into crazy moss. Is that what you would call that, guys? What? Even it's kind of like red crazy moss, right? Silly string. Um kind of a red giant kelp, coral reef. Coral? Where are you, coral? Oh gosh. That is amazing. It's so dimensional. I mean, you can see them going down into the stone. This is going to polish up so pretty. I guess I got to get through that 34 stones that I have dopped up so that I can get this going, right? Cut, cut, cut. Right, Bob? Oh my gosh. If Randy didn't say it, Bob's going to cut, cut, cut. Let me get this wet again. We'll see the other side. Because there's another side. There's a whole other side, guys. There's side A and side B. Boom. There's the other side. Oh gosh, look at that. Look at that beautiful the white agate fortifying on in. Oh man, those are just graceful, giant red octopus tendrils. Don't you think? It's the giant red octopus rock. I love it. Love this so much. Oh, you're sweet. Thank you so much, Ken. Everyone remember to like the video while you're here. You'll regret it if you don't. Because the big red giant Pacific octopus rock will come and get you if you don't know. This is it's benign. Benign octopus. Ah, that's so sweet. Soul, you are the givenest giver. Thank you so, 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 so much. Really appreciate this incredible bounty of gorgeousness. I'm going to be gem gazing. I'm supposed to be faceting tonight, but I'm going to have a really tough time pulling myself together after all of this. And Sierra Rock Hounder, good, or Sierra Hounder, good to see you. I'm all about the bots, Totally. It's a plume explosion. It's a plume explosion. Is what it is. Oh my gosh, you did it already. Gosh, I didn't read that before I said it. Unagi. Great minds. Uh-huh. Oh, and why does this not surprise me? I've cut that before. The cabs are killer. Are you referring to Pacific Red Octopus, sir? But yeah, that doesn't surprise me that somewhere on Jaw Hicks Everest that he did rock climb and spelunk down a red moss botthole. What am I talking about? Very cool. I can't wait to play with this. This is fantastic. And I'm back. You inspired me to put some. Okay. Awesome. Do that. Whatever that sum is, you put it. Oh. Rocks on tumble. Thank you. That was a dangler. And so it's good to have the rest of it. Oh my gosh. Joan Jett Red. Yeah. Smoking. That's fantastic. And Ken's getting all verklempt here. Aw, Cheryl, thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. It's true. we love y'all. Everybody, this is such a loving community. Gotta love it. Most important thing is to have fun, and this is fun. Right, Eric? That is so true. All right, so we just have a few little boxes, and this has been such an incredibly generous box. I thank you so much, Cheryl. I can't believe it. I would love to. I will be honoring you with a box in return, of course. Let me know if there's stuff that you need and or want, and we'll make sure that you too are as happy as you've made all of us being able to gem gaze these beautiful things. And it's a what do we have here? It's Plumalicious. I love Plumalicious so much. Plumalicious. I'm gonna have to use that too, Bob. All these TMs I'm gonna have to review. Like I said, take notes, all the goods. We got the danglers and the bot holes. Whoa. Yeah, what kind of thing is this anyway? What kind of gathering is this? Oh my goodness, look at this, you guys. Let's get this open. Yes, very awesome box. We're just having the we're having the dessert now. Oh my gosh, that's a difficult box to open. I'm probably gonna break my strumbling nails on this. I just grew some strumbling nails from like working them all done down from working on the flat lap. Just grew some back so that I could strumble my ukulele. And look at this beauty. Oh, that's so pretty. Aw. Cheers, Sandmaker. Thank you so much. Kept you awake before, so off to bed. Love you too, Randy. Uh, um, I have all I could ever want just knowing I'm a part of this awesome community. Oh my gosh. You are such a dear heart. What an angel. Of course, this is true, and yet that's not going to prevent anyone from sending you stuff, especially myself. But it is true, and we love you. This is the best ever community. And oh yeah, Bob, thank you so much for reminding everybody, because actually the deadline is coming up, and we don't want to send Melissa scrambling at the last minute trying to get things worked around. So the Discord Mineral Rock Mist Secret Santa, I think she wanted everybody's you just tell her that you want to be part of it, and there's some questions like what you would like and what you don't desire, and she's going to make some pairings that make sense. And we'll all be sending each other Secret Santa stuff for Christmas, and that's over on the Rockhound podcast Discord called the Rockhound Roundtable. And I think we put a link up to it before, but it looks like we have another one. So thank you so much for that. This is this guy backlit. I'm fixated. You guys can see that. And whoa, and sliding around, slip sliding away. So pretty. So cool. All right. And Ken is verifying that Lisa has a box of cool things for Cheryl. Fantastic. I've been working on a box for Cheryl for quite some time now. And I just it's sometimes it's hard to put to close the lid and just get something into the mail, because you always think of something more that you want to put in there. Fantastic. And some more mossiness, these beautiful cabs. And Cheryl is saying that she's got tons of stuff. There's this guy. You were asking if that's Epto. I don't know. Cheryl would probably know better what we're being treated to here. And night night to everybody who's going night night. Ooh, look at that. That is cool. Gosh, don't you love moss agate backlit is always so cool to look at. And it's slippery, so there it went. Just trying to move it around a little bit. Been using this for some fire opal, so it's a little dingy. So excuse some of the little dirt patches there on my light bar. And oh, use scissors to open those easier. Will do. I should have had some sitting right here. I'm like surprisingly toolless for somebody who has so many tools in their studio. I actually did clean, you guys, and tried to organize the crazy mounds of things that were accumulating so that I could have like part of my mind be nominally clear. After mom left, I had to get cleaned up because everything was like dauntingly piled up as far as projects go. I'm sure you all completely empathize with having those problems. Ooh, look at this guy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is that Super 7? Let me get this light bar coming back. And here we go. James loves rocks. Was here before. Did you come back? Coin. This is beautiful. Look at that spray up there at the top. I don't know if we can get close enough. The zoom doesn't work when I'm using it on the platform, which is kind of a pity. One of the nice things about doing those vert lives is I can use the zoom. But fear not, I'm going to get a better camera for using for the live streams here anyway. That's where, you know, the funds from your memberships and your supers and stuff like that, believe me, they're going to good places. We're going to, you know, be investing in and there it went. More lapidary things like the extra laps that need to happen. Since Lisa and all y'all got us the Gem Cut Studio, we're working on that. Of course, a couple of better microphones for when we're out in the field. Steve and I realized that we needed when we were up at the mine. And then definitely looking at wanting to invest in another like a pretty decent camera to add to the computer itself so that we've got some more good camera options that will zoom. Look at this moonstone. Oh my gosh. And this is the moonstone with the shoral, I think. Ah, this stuff is magic. Absolutely fantastic. And this one has purple in it. Oh my gosh. That is beautiful. Not only that that wicked nice blue flash that goes all the way through a like turquoise blue through navy, but then also goes into the purple. And I think that the camera's, you know, doing a fair job of picking that up. That is just magic. Oh my goodness. That is hot. It's all hot. It's so good. Those are going to be some happy succulents, Karen, right? Not all of these rocks are going into the succulents, believe me. Like, I just have a few of my favorite, like there's some Ken stones that are from his tumble batch that made it into the succulent garden, and they're just ones where they're hanging out, and you know, while I'm having my coffee, I'll like, ooh, look at you, and then put you back. And sometimes they kind of move around the different parts. Who here has that sort of thing going on, like the cool little bowl gardens that look like you know, kind of like a mini bonsai style setup. I actually do have a juniper bonsai upstairs that has a little garden too. That one is the keeper of the small fossils. So, oh my gosh, Cheryl, again, you are incredibly, fabulously is citrine. Oh, that's why I love it so much. Man, this is such a bright, happy, colorful stone, citrine. Oh, love it. Um, you didn't know you were going to rock my boat so much with a simple yellow rock, did you? Did you? Did you? But you did. Thank you again. And all of those that were wondering, it's Cheryl, who is Soul Adventurist. Cheryl's Soulful Designs. I absolutely adore your sticker too, which she sent me an extra one, and it does now live. Um, can't see it right now, but let me see. Yeah, over on the faceting machine, on the lid of the water container. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to point when you're in opposite. That water container on top, it's got like, Kyle's sticker and Allison's sticker and stickers from the channels. And then on top of it is actually the pretty Cheryl sticker now. And so you made the faceting machine, girlfriend. That's very, very special, as you know how much I love my faceting machine. And so thank you for your incredible generosity. Like again, as I was saying, our community is just amazing, just amazing. Um, let's see, center console of the van. Right, instead of the succulent garden, the center console garden. That's a good place for a rock garden for sure. And it is so prehistoric candy corn. You can't help it, but it is, to come to that conclusion for sure. And Julie from AZ Rock Hounding did the sticker for you, and that's another great shout out to Julie, because it is such a fetching sticker. I love the design. It's fantastic. She did a super good job. I'm gonna need one of those stickers to put up there too. And yeah, I'm running out of room, but Brian sent me a sticker, and so I need to put Brian's sticker on there. I have a Rufo sticker that needs to go on there as well. And then and then we have opals. I have a couple of Outlaw Rocks stickers, and so we we have a lot. We have a lot of stickers, and we have a lot of opal to process. This is not it. I still have quite a bit of my bag left. I have not finished processing Steve's stuff. This is stuff out of my bag. I thought that I'd take a fresh look at. Behind me, going that way, down in the bowls that are on the floor. You can't really see. I'm in the way. This is, oh no, chair's in the way. There's a couple big bowls, a mining, a gold pan, and a big doggy bowl for when we use when we're camping for water. And those are full of opals that are in mid process. And so I just thought I'd share with you guys this evening a little bit of the process, and then we also have some really neat. We have some really neat little specimens. The way that the opal finds its way into Troy's mine was a hydrothermal event that was obviously ongoing. And so you have host material on this one side, which is typically volcanic. Like there's a lot of rhyolite, there's a lot of basalt in the area, and then you have these pockets where the thermal activity was ushering up this silicate ridden water. And this one, like, it looks like you can imagine the water flow. You can imagine how these forms grew, kind of like cave stalagmites or stalactites, but in this hot and highly silicate rich environment, to the extent that it's making glass. So this is the opal. being formed in that pocket. And you can see some potch style opal on the cross section there, nice and glassy. So I took some pieces from the mine, knowing full well that that's not going to make a jewelry piece, but my goodness, what a great example of how this is made. And so I had to take some specimen pieces. I'm in love with that one. And so as we look at some of this stuff, the whole processing of workable material, we're looking at a few different things. Is it cabbable for the dendrites? Is it cabbable for the color or the clarity? Or is it nicely clear enough and interesting enough by color or inclusion that it wants to be a facet piece? Or does it want to just be a specimen? And some of the pieces, as we were starting off our day, we had no idea what would be good. And it'll probably even take a few visits to the mine to really catch an eye for, being able to high grade. And so you can see the dendrite material down here. And if I remember correctly, it's iron and manganese that are in here. And if Troy or Michelle or somebody else in the know is present either during or after the live in the comments, you can correct me if I have spoken wrong. I need to do some more research so that I can create the video for you guys. And so basically I go through, these classifiers of the material, and I start having the material go one way or the other. You're a specimen, you're a potential cabber, you're a potential facet job. And so in the case of, and I'm sorry you lost your Rufo sticker. If Rufo sees this later, get Soul Adventurist another sticker stat. So this piece, when we bring the light bar out, we can see that we have some nice dendrite activity because we can see the crust is here, and that's an indication that we probably have some dendrites going up through the material. And sure enough, there is some right there where I just put my finger, but it's not very clear. That's a kind of cloudy opal, even though look at the color. You guys know that just is fabulously exciting to me, that color itself, but wouldn't make a facetable stone. And so we're into the cab area. That's actually a little piece of glitter right there. Boy, glitter never goes away, does it? It was not associated with the opal whatsoever, and yet it found its way. And so this would go into a pile that is going to be like, good for cabs, because those inclusions are going to probably be really pretty, but not facet material. And so I cleaned out some drawers, like behind me. You can see that these things are lifesavers. The more of those drawer boxes, drawers that you have, that thing. I liked being surrounded. You see, actually, the one that's underneath the open sign is being obscured, but I've got a couple more of them around the studio, and it's nice to be able to parse, here's a bunch of faceting stuff, here's a bunch of rough stuff for caps, and just get organized. And that way, when you go to do a project, you don't have to root through a bunch of stuff. You can go directly to the project. Like if it's time to take preforms and make cabs, or it's time to take preforms and make facets, then you can go directly to that material. Or if you've got some ambient time, make the preforms. You're hanging out on a live stream and you are watching Jahik do his cabochons, or Melissa doing hers. You can be sitting there making your preforms or whatever. And so it's kind of cool to have like a process, and plus places to put the stuff so that you can just put your hand right on it, pull it out, and get right to work. And so that's actually part of the deal here. And so we have these, bigger pieces have to be cut down, And so if a bigger piece, I can't tell how much clear and how much black opal is here, because that is black potch, not obsidian or something else. It's actually opal. What's the difference between black obsidian and opal? I believe it's the content of how much water is in it, because they're both mineraloids. They're not actual minerals because they do not have a regular lattice, either of them. And so that's kind of a fun little factoid there. And so that one was hard to see. So I'm going to actually have to cut that down. I'm going to have to take the saw to it. And either I can cut it with the big saw, which is the 10-inch, but that's a chattery blade. And so, with some of this stuff, I wouldn't dare. And then you can use, I really, really like using cutoff wheels. And so I have a diamond, I think it's 1.5 inch cutoff. And that thing works a charm with these things. And I just sit outside. You want a full face mask as opposed to just wearing safety glasses, because it's throwing literal pieces of tiny glass at your face. And believe me, you don't want those things embedded in your face, and you don't want one, bouncing off your cheek and into your eye at all. And you got to watch your hands, what your hands are doing too, and your clothes, all of it. It's going to be covered with teeny weeny bits of glass. And so we got Amber is in the house. Thank you for sliding on into the chat. And an important safety tip is something that Turtle Montana is offering this hack. It's always a good idea to have clean drawers. It's true. It's a good thing. I agree. Hopefully it is stuck in a box somewhere, Cheryl, and then hopefully he could just send you another one. This one, if you guys were sorting this material, would this go in your facet box drawer, clean drawer, or would it go into your cab drawer? Because it's got gorgeous color. It's kind of that, light tangerine, light orange between orange and yellow. And it looks like it's fairly clear. There's a lot of inclusions that look like fractures, but you guys have seen it on other channels where you can take a pair of pliers, you can cut it, obviously, if the fracture doesn't look like it goes all the way through, you can cut it with a saw. Look at that cool little, there's a dendrite straight in there, tree, like a group of trees that I think would be really fun to isolate with a dome. That would be very pretty. So cabbable stuff there. And then also as you're cutting along, this bottom part or the part to the left might make a really nice cab, while this area that's clear past that fracture, but this area towards my thumb might actually make for enough room for a really nice gem. And it looks like it turns into the citrine color there, like the citrus yellow. So I gotta say, some of these stones are zonal. Like you will see bands of orange flowing through yellow and that sort of thing. One of the stones that I was showing in the live stream last night has some really, really neat color zones. It's just kind of hard to pick up on unless you have it, say, under the microscope or to the naked eye if you have it close enough or through a loop. But yeah. What's your guess? It looks like display, says Amber. Don't cut it. I know I've always got that sentiment where no. And Soul is definitely saying big enough for both. And I agree with you 110%. I think it would make a good stone both ways. And so too does Tomcat say cut it in half, cab and a facet. And I would say winner, winner, chicken dinner right there for sure. And and Tomcat is calling the jinx on Cheryl for sure. Tiger is saying cab drawer. And so again, I think that you're right. And I think that we could get a facetable stone out of this guy as well. Yes, both. Thank you, Amber. And it would be beautiful with some amethyst, right, Patricia? That's the most fun is after making the gems, putting these guys out with the other stones and seeing who wants to play together. It is so cool to see like the different interactions. And those of you who are artists, you don't have to be an artist, but those of you who know your color wheel know that you've got the opposite colors that kind of set each other off. And I love, okay, so green goes like contrasted to red, like they're opposite on the color wheel. And then you have it's blue to orange and yellow to purple. And so any of the like light warm colors go so neat with purple. I agree with you all day long. And so that one is going to go into to both. And so we've seen some definite variety in not only color but in quality. I wanted to pull out, let's see, that's a good example. Here we have some chocolate. And I think actually that just made me salivate too. And look at how red that is down in there. And it's very dense. And so if you were doing something with this, what would you do? Would you go for the cab? Would you try to cut some of that really clear stuff that's up towards the top to try to isolate kind of like a ruby red guy, kind of like my cherry chocolate that we showed off, that actually was shown at the beginning of the live stream in our kind of little opener. I showed off the cherry chocolate stone, and also last night during our live stream. So what would you think about this one? Just send it to me, says Ma. All right. I'll help you with that. So I see how this goes. You know, there is another box option. There's the box. And Spot is asking, and tumble the crumbs. And I would think that if you just put the opal in with the opal, that would be okay. And you probably would start mid, like a medium grit, and you would never have to go hard with it. And you'd probably check it a lot. But yeah, you could definitely tumble bits off of this as well. I think that's that's one of the treatments that those guys actually do. And so here's this guy, unassuming little nubbin, and you can see it's pretty covered with the host material. But look at this. That is flipping so clear. That one's going to be an outrageously nice facet job. It's as clear as a citrine in there. And so I'm sorry, like my fingers wandering around because I'm looking at the material instead of doing my job. Like if I can get it just steady and in focus for you guys, you can see that's clear, and it doesn't look like I have like the patterns are not inclusions on the inside. They're just disruptions from the outside. I think that's pretty clear on the inside as far as like, inclusion free. And so it'll be probably also a light yellow. The light yellow to light orange. Those colors are desirable, but not as rare, or like the most desirable is a clear red. And so don't come across those very often, but equal opportunity, these are all good. And this is an exquisite cutter. So we'll be putting that in the facet pile. And here's another one, kind of just hanging out, minding its own business. And let's light it up and see. Little bit more cloudy. It's kind of like goes both ways. Where did it just go? It went both ways all the way down. Nope, this is a different one. Let's put that on. Oh, that looks like it's going to be a really good one. Also kind of in the yellow to orange color range. A lot of rind on the outside. So you guys will notice if you go to the Outlaw Rocks website, get that kind of in focus for you. There we go. if you go to their website, you'll notice that they have single rocks for sale, and they're by the gram, and they've already done the trimming. So they've taken the rind like this off. And so they are a bit more expensive, but you're paying only for the grams of actual usable material instead of paying for rind and that sort of thing. So I wanted to clarify that, because some people did tell me, like, oh yeah, we went by, and we're just trying to figure out what the range is as far as value goes, because they've got these whole bags of rocks for a price, and then they've got like a single rock for like the same price. And that rock might be like many grams, but it's still only just one. And it's because obviously if you get a pay dirt, you're not guaranteed specific kinds of quality, although it's all really nice opal. But then also you're getting a lot of the matrix material too. And so that's kind of the so I think that this guy is probably going to be, I'm going to cut it and take another look. So this is needs to be processed more, but it's probably going to end up being facettable. So I'm going to put that over in the need to cut more. There's one that I really, really, really wanted to shine the light through as I was hosing off the classifier. And so I'm going to try to find that really quick for you guys. Already shaped like a turtle, just needs to be cleaned up and polished. Yeah, some of these would be such fun carvers. I agree. And I have to not forget that that's something that I do. Well, because I want to facet and do the cabs so bad. I forget that there's more stuff. And all right. Oh, I guess Amber has a cool rock garden that she must have made a video out of. Oh, I think this maybe this is the one. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so this is actually a good indicator of the zoning. So as I'm turning it, you can see that there's like almost a cloud of more red to the left and towards my thumb. So that bottom kind of part. And then it's not because it's thicker there, it's because it's actually changing color. And then you've kind of got like a mid orange. And then we do get to a thinner material up towards the top, and that is definitely yellow. That could be because there's less of the material, but it's definitely not because of the thickness, because down here, like I just turned it over and there's dendrites in there too. That's going to be a screaming cool cut, whatever it is that it turns out to be. Looks like it's fairly clear, because you can see the dendrites through there pretty good. And so that will probably start off as a facet cutter, and we'll see where it goes. I just have to get it cleaned up, maybe both. But yeah, that red side is desirable enough to want to isolate that, maybe even kill the dendrites just to be able to get to the material that is the reddest there. And then the stuff that's the upper quadrant half might end up being a really nice also another faceted stone or a cab, because there is some material down here right there that looks like it might have some tiny dendrites. And once you get the cuts going, it's not like you need a big forest. In fact, that might be too much, too dense. It's just black. It's when you isolate the dendrites and can show off their tiny little personalities is when it's interesting. It's very, very much about the framing, not just that they're there. Melissa actually cut a really, really fantastic example of that. She's framed some trees in Montana agate, some dendrites in an oval, if you saw that go by on the Discord. And it was like a really, really good job of doing that artistic framing to make the most of your inclusion. Carved critters are Spot's favorite. Yeah, for sure. And Amber said it was a bit difficult in the dark, but it was fun. I'm going to have to catch up on what that show was. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to put it into the faceting pile. It's always exciting to see the pieces that have more red to them. So I'm just going to paw through a little bit. We'll take a look at the I think we did see that. We're not sure. We're not sure what's going on with that one, since it's got a lot of either. This one is a good indication of how like almost green yellow. This the color is bent by some of the yellows straight into green, and you can see that at the edges here. Like, it's so neat. The fact that the opal is only in body color. This is not the kind of opal that has play of color in it. So no flashes of rainbows unless there's an inclusion that's like catching the spectrum, but it does bend the color. And so in one light, you'll be seeing one color, and then even through a facet, you see something else. And or when you change the lighting on the thing, it changes the whole kind of mood. And so that one's really glassy. And so we're going to put that in the faceting pile, and we'll process that with the other ones that have rind and see if we can't get some, I mean, little smaller stones are going to bend more of that green because they're going to be thin, because you saw that was like something that was happening on the edges. And so I'm all about doing that. That one looks like a kind of nice little tangerine guy. And I'm supposed to be stopping now and showing you what we did last night. And I'm having trouble tearing myself away from just looking, doing the gem gazing. That's really clear in there past the surface problems. It looks like a bit of that fracturing is going in a little ways, but it looks like the body inside there is going to be ripping nice. And then maybe some problem through the middle, but also that other side. I'm not sure. There might be too much inclusion in the other side, but that looks like it's going to, at the very least, merit something nice from this glowy side. And then some issues, and then some little fractury bit over there too. But as I think it was Spot was saying, maybe, tumbles or something like that, there's usually something that as the pieces get smaller and smaller and smaller, they can be utilized in something else and something else and something else. Somebody specializes in like, oh yeah, I'll just tumble that, or I love making very small cabochons, like just 5 and 6 mil cabochons. So that's the perfect size, when it's just like a cast off piece for somebody who doesn't like to work small. So Bob and Amber, thank you so much for coming, and good night to you. And all right, I'll just leave. Wait, one more. This one was smiling from over in the corner. Look at that. So again, like, let me turn this off for a second. Look at how clear that is. Like, that's glass clear. So that one is going to make an awesome preform for a faceted gem. And then we get to see, as we're cutting that rind off, if there is going to be any issue on the interior that makes it so that we can't use all that. I don't see anything right now. Oh, maybe that's something right there about halfway down. That there might be something. And so once you start getting into the preform, and there's a crack right there, you start finding out like how much of this piece is usable. But gosh, that's clear. So that'll make a great gemstone. Might just be smaller than big, but it'll be kind of like our little lemon Jolly Rancher that we were chewing on last night. So that all being said, let's get those things out here, and that will fulfill that promise. So you guys got to see these guys last night. This is a comparo of some of the different colors that are possible. Red, 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 chocolate cherry red right here. Just insane. I gotta take that lid off. And then these guys are an example of, some of the darker red, like I wanted to isolate in that one stone would be that middle one. And then you see it like coming out to a little bit more of a rich red on the right-hand side, a little, kind of just, or I'm sorry, orange. So orangey red in the middle, pretty much straight up kind of a dark orange on the right, and then like pretty tangerine on the top now. And that one's got more translucence And so it's definitely not a clear stone. It's got a little more interest as far as its body color goes, less, you know, shine or brilliance from the cut because of that. Although it still, you know, picks up light, but not like the other ones. And so it's really interesting. That's why the Comparo, I'm doing the same cut over and over again to find out what, um, how these different colors and different values of clarity, how they perform. And doing like the same cut really gives me a good constant or control to the experiment. This one you guys probably see, there's right now as I'm holding it and it looks like a play button, down at the bottom there is a almost horizontal line. It is very straight, and that is actually a growth line. It's not a healed fracture, it's a growth line actually. And so it's kind of crazy. It'll like kind of disappear at certain angles and then reappear. So it is an inclusion, but this color was way too rich for me to feel like kicking this gem to the curb just because it had an inclusion. If anything, you get a little extra character out of this guy. But that was like so ruby red. I could not believe it. That performed way better than I thought a normal one of these opals would. It's way more rich and dark. Okay, so here's our pumpkin. And I was supposed to have this actually finished by tonight, but things did not at all go as planned, as they often do. This bottom is absolutely finished. It's ready to go. It's a little dirty, so I got to clean it up, put it on the transfer dop. But I started the yellow one on the transfer dop, and it like just refused to let go. And I can't use heat. It's got to be just the acetone wearing the epoxy resin away until it releases. And so there's no muscling this. It has to go as fast as it does. And so that lemon Jolly Rancher one that we were working on last night was the one that was kind of holding up process, because I thought that would like fall off really fast and we'd be able to get to this one. And that one, it didn't release its dop until about, I don't know, maybe 2 hours before we started the pod or the live stream. And so neither of them got done. So I have to do some faceting like all night tonight, all night tomorrow night. And so we will definitely meet again someplace. That being said, I think that hopefully, I think we got to everything I said that we were going to. It's so hard to keep track of that. Like, did we? And so you guys can remind me if I dropped the ball on anything. And such gorgeous October colors, right? I would agree with you completely. They're so pretty, and these are the colors not only that are so enjoyable because they tend to be, to me, they're just happy colors, like the warm colors. But also we're going into the cold season, so it's nice. They're very easy on the eyes, that it's like hot red and hot yellow and hot orange, and some of them are like kind of they lean a little bit towards the brown, which I'm kind of putting those aside for use in cabochons more so than doing faceting, because the browns have the tendency also to have a little bit more cloudy body color instead of having a clarity to them. But they're so nice on the eyes. And it's not that I don't love blues and purples, but like if the weather outside is already stormy and blue and gray, it's like I don't need more cold tones. I'm so happy to look at the warm stuff. And so, yeah, these things are definitely ringing my bell right now for sure. And you're not tricking me with that red triangle again. Right? It was like, I think a few of you said like that's just like the YouTube triangle. And indeed. And yeah, the warm colors definitely make one feel comfortable, especially when the eyes need to see that. Like right now in Oregon, it's been very gray, very stormy, and we're having these ocean squalls. And so even the ocean isn't blue. It's like kind of like a gray angry color. And so, yeah, loving the opals and all of Cheryl's beautiful gemstones to look at as well. So keep an eye open for the live streams that are definitely going to be popping up. Probably later on in the evenings for at least a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and try some of those. It's kind of fun to hang out with some of the night owls, and that's usually when I get most of my work done is when everybody else has gone to bed and I stay up and do stuff. And so I will see you guys. Stein Kearns to you. Make sure to join us on the Discord. Hit all of those channels that we shared the links to. Thank you, Sierra Rock Hounder, or Sierra Hounder Cherry Chocolate Cabs. OMG, yeah, right? Gotta love that. That's actually my favorite flavor, I think, for things is cherry chocolate. Yum, yum, yum. Thank you again. Like I said, Cheryl, Soul Adventurist, go check out our channel. And thank you so much for all of your generosity. Ma, thank you for being one of the wrenches with the mostest. And oh, she was saying, let's see, showed her rock garden on Discord after I showed off my Berryessa Jasper Monster boulders. I got it. Okay, I missed that. And so very, very cool. I'm going to have to not miss things like that. And Amber, your garden sounds wonderful. Thank you, James, for coming, and Amber and Patricia and Ken, of course, Stein Kearns to you, and Lisa. Let's be rocking. I'll see all of y'all over at Kyle's, I'm sure, tomorrow. At his live stream, and all of you that came earlier, Ryan and Jahik, maybe Jahik's over on the Discord already. That would be cool, doing some kind of live cabin too. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean? Sand Maker was here earlier. My mom was here earlier. I miss you, Mom. Can't wait till you come back and we have more time to play. And to you all, thanks. Have a great rockin' weekend. I hope that you have some fun in store for yourselves and stay warm. Eric the cat, of course, cheers to you too, and Spot as well. Gosh, I hate leaving anybody out. Allison, I hope that you had a great gig tonight, and we'll see you on the flip side. And I'm going to send you out with the credits. I did retool them, and there was a whale that decided to saunter on by the house. And so I did take some footage, and I retooled a few of the names. And so here are the credits. Again, cheers to you. Have a great evening, and we will see you next time. Are we alive, everybody? Are you here? Am I here? And we can't hear me. Let's start over again. Are you here? Am I here? And we can't hear me. Let's start over again.